Hello and welcome back to another review from your favourite emotional men who take everything to heart. We have hard feelings. We're a couple softies. That was probably the worst intake, but we are reviewing a film that we don't get much of, which is I guess, MA or R-rated comedy for you in America. No Hard Feelings, directed by Gene Stupnitsky, who recently did Good Boys in 2019, starring none other than Jennifer Lawrence, obviously the Academy Award-winning actress. I guess she's probably not really done much apart from Don't Look Up in the past.
No, she took a while off, didn't she?
Yeah, she did take a while off. Don't Look Up was probably her last film, and then she's come back with an R-rated comedy, which to get an A-list actress or an A-lister at all to star in one of these films is a pretty big deal. But without further ado, we'll get straight into it. What overall did you think of the film? That's the main question. That's what they're all here for. That's what we're here for. That's what I'm here for.
This film was a good time. Look, I'm actually going to jump straight back to the start, kind of where you talk about A-list actor or actress, Jennifer Lawrence being in it. I actually thought she was fantastic in this film and complimented every single aspect of it. It was nice to see not something that was like an unfamiliar story, but a nice new take on it, very unique. I think I really enjoyed that. And she was a standout performer alongside Andrew Feldman, who played Percy. Both of them, obviously, if you've seen the trailer or have now watched the movie, the whole film is really tailored around their kind of relationship and the ongoing stories and including things that have just happened in their life previously, and then this weird situation happens, and it was kind of a nice growing experience for both, I think. But look, yeah, it was enjoyable. It had lots of great comedic aspects. There was a few times I had a chuckle, which if you watched any of our previous reviews, you'll know I don't usually laugh much, even with things that I find hilarious. So
It needs to be studied in a medical trial or something.
there's definitely something wrong with me.
Yeah, there
I'm
is.
like, this is the funniest thing I've ever seen.
And
You're just like,
the viewers are not psychiatrists by any means, either am I, but if you can comment, get help, feel free.
yes, please help. But yeah, it had lots of good comedic timing moments too, and it was when it came to the visual side of the film, which I know is a weird sidetrack from what I just mentioned. Then it was just the first thing that popped into my head. It wasn't anything that was kind of like stand out, but I think everything was like filmed and directed really well, and they used very good color gradients for the whole film.
It's just a standard comedy in a way. There's nothing special, I guess. It's just it's what you get. You're not going to a film for this kind of film. I guess
the unique part was the story about this film and the acting that was.
You're not going for the mise en scène or the.
Couldn't tell you anything about the score.
The Roger Deakins type cinematography by it. Yeah.
Also, was that actually Feldman on the piano?
I'm not too sure.
I
can't answer that.
He got some lungs on him.
Whether it's him singing as well.
There was some.
I'm
nice
sure it is
enjoyable
because
moments.
I've seen he's done musicals previously.
I think this is a film that some people might be able to relate to here, there, or anywhere.
I don't know anyone.
If
parents, but if parents are hiring someone like Jennifer Lawrence to sleep with them, then mum, dad, please.
I was talking about more the coming of age, being a
out.
weird little nerdy person who's not sure where they fit into the world, and they kind of recede to their own darkness and room because it's easier than facing.
It's also obviously to touch on overbearing parents. Even there are a lot of deeper thematic kind of things you can
definitely.
Look at.
There's actually a lot more than I thought in this film. There's a lot. It had a lot of density. It was very dense. It's very full of its own individual stories while telling the whole story altogether. I enjoyed this film. Yeah. I don't know where else to go from here, so I'm going to just throw it over to you out of nowhere. But look, I liked it.
No, I had a good time. I don't know what I was expecting, but as soon as you see J-Law connected to anything, I kind of get a little bit excited because I think she is probably one of the best working actresses. And this shows even a film of this kind where it's supposed to be very lighthearted, funny, obviously a bit raunchy at times. She really brought another element to it in the performance and made you, and even then, Andrew Feldman, who played Percy. These comedies only get you so far. Like there's other comedies that exist where they have the laughs, but they only get you. If they only have the laughs, then it's an okay film. Where I thought I actually really enjoyed this is it did have a lot of heart and it had a lot of even emotional weight to the film. When you've obviously got characters, backstories coming into play along with the situation they're in. The story was very meh in a sense, but it really comes down to the obviously J-Law and
It lives and
Feldman's.
dies by its performances.
What?
That's one of your favourite quotes.
No, I think it really came down to their chemistry, and I actually thought they had really good chemistry, and it was definitely believable. And there were emotional scenes to really tie that together, and it kind of was almost a good heartfelt film, in my opinion, as well. It's obviously got that raunchy comedic side to it, but if you kind of take away, let's say you take away the plot of the fact that their parents are trying to hire a woman off Craigslist to get their son out of their shell, you actually have almost like a good romantic comedy here in a way, whether it's obviously raunchy or not. But I just thought the film really worked, and it definitely had its laugh, which will obviously carry its weight. There's one particular scene where I was nearly wetting myself, which you see the film, you'll know by very much. You will know immediately when it happens, even when it's leading up to it. But no, it actually... One thing that I got to give it props is it did tug at the heartstrings at times, which, if you know comedies, you probably don't really get. So it's like you have that emotional weight, the laughs, you care about the characters, and it
had substance.
I thought it really did well in that aspect. It's not just your comedy where you go for your laughs. It evoked emotion. So I got to give that props to obviously Gene, the director, and who obviously wrote the film along with John Phillips. So. But it really came down to obviously it's a make or break kind of film when it comes down to the two leads, where they really carried the film and you really felt for their characters and kind of really wanted them to win, essentially. So no, I actually had a really good time with this. I think I don't think it's a Shawshank Redemption or Citizen Kane by any mean, but it's definitely one of the better comedies I've seen in quite some time, to be honest.
They were your other two favourite comedies, Shawshank Redemption.
Shawshank Redemption is the funniest. No, I don't want to get cancelled.
I was about to say weird comparison.
Not that we have
I
any weight.
understand where you're getting
Not
at.
that we have any weight to get cancelled anyway. But
Correct.
No, I do think it's unironically one of the funnier films I've seen in a while. Not to say I was wetting myself with laughter like I did when I watched Hangover 1 for the first time or Step Brothers, but it's definitely. We haven't had one of these films in quite some time, in my opinion, that's actually worked, and this is one of them. And I hope we get more of them. And even if Gene works with more A-list actresses or actors, like fuck, I'd love to see him direct a film and write one with Florence Pugh. By any means, like give her.
What's she like in a comedy?
I don't know. I haven't seen.
I know
her.
it's a weird one.
I've seen her in dramas.
Everything, I think.
I've seen her
except
in
comedy.
character dramas and big budget movies. I haven't seen her in a comedy. And I mean, that was the same with J-Law. We've seen comedic aspects of her in movies like Don't Look Up, where it had comedic aspects, and same with Silver Linings Playbook. It had comedic moments, but I think she's come out. She said she's always wanted to do comedy. If you watch any interviews with her, even her press and things like that, you can quite clearly tell she's a funny woman. So
She
I
has
think
good
that really
comedic
worked.
timing.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. Like, it comes really down to that, and you could kind of tell she had that ability, but it's good to see it come to tuition. But no, I had a good time, and I recommend people to see this. I really hope it makes money. I know The Flash is really bombing at the box office, and I mean, like, made less money than Black Adam bombing at the box office.
Really?
Yeah. So I hope this film makes money, because I really want more of these R-rated, MA-rated comedies.
Yeah, sadistic comedies too. I'm really good fan of them, which was kind of like, was it a Don't Look Up?
Yeah, I wasn't a fan of that film, but I know what you mean.
Yeah.
I know what you mean.
There's kind of like
things that play
sometimes
on.
they're a little bit on the nose, or they play on the faults of the society. I sometimes enjoy them as a comedic aspect.
Yeah, which this film, funnily enough, did in terms of overbearing parents, incels. Yeah. Anyway.
Fair.
Other than that, we'll leave that one there. We will be back next week with a review of Indiana Jones 5. So something we are both looking forward to. But feel free to subscribe, comment below, let us know what you think. And other than that, we'll catch you next time.
Thanks, guys.